Hello everybody, we're back with a new mini-series on my channel. In this series, I think everybody's going to enjoy this series. It's a fun little series I'm doing. I'm going through every single Skylanders game, and I'm going to make a tier list of the roster. But, because my opinion can be very, very biased sometimes, I'm going to bring in some other SkyTubers to help me out. Some amazing SkyTubers to also give their opinions, so hopefully things are less extremely biased. Even though that's not going to happen because it's me. Anyway, for the first episode we have the one, the only, Hypno Sniper.
Hey guys, what's up? Thank you Sky for having me on your channel. This is my first collaboration actually, so this is cool.
But yeah guys, Hypno is like an expert at Skylanders. He is really good. If you watch my live streams, you've probably seen him in chat. He's a really cool person, and I'll probably have his channel on the card right now. It's also linked in the description. Go check him out. He will literally explode your mind with how good he is at the game. Games, plural, because there's 6. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this tier list. I think first up is Bash.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Bash?
I'm gonna put him... Okay, so first, I think he's really powerful, and I think he's really good. I'd say he's A tier. The only reason he's not S tier is because he's a little basic. Like, his moveset's a little basic. But I'm gonna put him in A tier, because I do enjoy using him in most of the games, so yeah. He's probably like mid to low A tier.
Yeah, I think I'd agree on that. I honestly haven't used Bash very much, just in general. But overall, I think that he's pretty good, and, Crash likes him, and Crash has the best opinions 24/7. Hence why he loves every Skyline. That didn't really make sense, but you get it. He's A tier. Next up is
sure.
Boomer. Boomer...
Okay, Boomer's a tricky one.
Yeah. His moveset...
I would say... I really like him. I don't know if he's S tier. I'm probably going to put him A tier.
I think
Bash.
I'm going to put him in B. He's good, but... I don't really like that little thing where he drops a bomb behind him. I don't know, I don't think that's too good. And, even though he isn't necessarily bad, his moveset's a little on the basic side. I think I'm gonna do B tier.
I actually really like his third attack where he puts the bomb behind him. If you take the path, I believe it's called the Demolition Troll, you just keep putting those bombs behind you. It just, it does massive damage. But, the only reason... I guess his second attack kind of becomes not that great when you're on that path. But yeah.
Okay. Anyway, next up is Camo the Dragon. Camo for me is going straight to A tier. The question is, do I put him before or ahead of Bash? Ahead of. I don't know, I really like him. And his self-healing ability, that's very helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Camo's A tier as well, and I'm gonna put him above Boomer and Bash. I think, especially his series 2 is just fantastic.
Yeah,
if we're going by series 1, yeah.
If you do his Wow Pal combined with the vines, the firecracker vines, that is a deadly combination.
It's so good. If we're not counting series 2s, then even his series 1, when you're going on the melon path, those melons
do
insane.
Damage.
Yeah.
Anyway, next is Chop Chop. Chop Chop is by a lot of people widely beloved, and I follow a similar sentiment. I don't think he's amazing, but I do think he's fun and powerful, so I'm gonna put him in between Camo and Bash in A tier.
So I think Chop Chop is good. He's not great. I'm not a huge fan of shield moves, to be honest, especially ones that like just block. His is fine. It's just like I guess his sword's not the most powerful thing, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. But I do think he's fun.
Also, points out for his soul gem being the most uncreative thing ever.
Yeah, that's a disappointing soul gem.
But personally,
And that's like the very first soul gem.
Yeah, it's mid. But I do like his shield attack personally. I mean, it's cool that you can like parry like projectiles and send them like back at people.
Yeah, I can see why people would like it. Personally, it's not my kind of thing.
Yeah. Next up is Cinder. This is gonna be an interesting one. I think I'm gonna go C tier. Yeah.
I'm gonna go D tier. But yeah, you explain your reasons.
I mean, her main attack is fairly good. It's a little weird that you can't just like hold down the button. She has to like stop doing it. But it's fairly decent, like a lot of main attacks. But the fact that her tertiary move is taken up by flying, which unfortunately happened to all winged creatures in SSA. And then her second attack is just the Shadow Dash, which can be fun, but is also a little difficult to control and doesn't do that much damage. It makes for a kind of boring and not that powerful character to play. But not bad, I'd say. I wouldn't say bad.
Yeah, so for me, I'm not a fan of Cinder. I'm not really a fan of her primary attack. I don't feel like it does enough damage for it to be kind of like pausey and like it just slows you down. Also, her Shadow Dash, I hate how you can get damaged while you're doing it. Like if I want to Shadow Dash through an enemy, I can get damaged through that, which kind of annoys me. I also find her ghosts not that great, but in Swap Force her ghosts actually do pretty good. But in other games, her ghosts do better, so that's why I'm putting her in D tier.
Yeah.
Also, she flies. That just takes up a whole move.
Okay, Dino Rank. Not much discussion here. S tier. Awesome.
So I don't have Dynarang, so I'm putting him don't own.
Well, that was fast. Anyway, next up is Sir Double Trouble. This is gonna be a little bit tough. I think I'm gonna go B tier above Boomer.
Okay. Double Trouble looks cool, but I also don't have him, so yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Drill Sergeant. I don't know why Drill Sergeant gets so much hate. I think he's pretty good. His main attack, I don't know why they chose to make it ranged. It still works. His dash attack's fun, and he's got that little turret that you can just hold down for extra damage. So I think I'm gonna put him in A tier, behind. Actually, I think right behind Camo, but ahead of Chop Chop and Bash. I think, yeah.
A Drill Sergeant is one that I know a lot of people don't like and very few people like. I wish I could give an opinion, but he's yet another one I don't have. So, yeah.
And now, this one is going to be very controversial for me. Drobot. Drobot is easily insanely powerful, and there's no debate. There's just none. However, boring. So, I'm gonna go with top of B tier.
Yeah, I see what you mean, and I feel really. I don't want to put him in S tier, but I kind of have to, because Drobot has helped me so much in like Giant's Nightmare mode and just like speedrunning and stuff like that, and I guess there's just that kind of bias I have towards him. Like, I know he just like is just a one-trick pony, but I do like how his flying kind of damages enemies, and sometimes I just feel like spamming. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Points for him though. His flying is really unique, and it definitely is much better than if they would have just gave him the exact same flying as all the other flying Skylanders. And he can be really fun to play, and he's powerful. But he also is just, in the end, a one-trick pony. Which, in the end, is the thing that hurts him more than anything. Next up, though, we have Eruptor. This is going to be a... I don't know about Eruptor. He's fairly enjoyable to play. Not that powerful though. His aesthetics are cool though. Points there. Points there. But he's really just...
Eruptor, yeah.
It just kind of depends on the day for Eruptor. Sometimes I love him, sometimes I hate him. I think I'm gonna go B tier in between Double Trouble and Boomer.
So Eruptor, he can be good, especially with his second attack if you upgrade that on the path. But I just don't like his lobbing ability, and I can't stand his third attack. I'll put him in C tier because he at least has his second attack.
Oh yeah, his tertiary attack is the worst. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah.
Same problem that Stump Smash has. But Stump Smash has a lot of other redeeming qualities. Anyway, Flameslinger. Flameslinger is absolutely awesome. The question is, should I put him in S or A tier?
I'm 100% S tier.
I like Flameslinger a lot, but I think he's just top of A instead of S. Still really good
Flameslinger, yeah. I love Flameslinger. When you can use him strategically, he's very overpowered. And he's like my second favorite from SSA, so he's 100% S tier.
Yeah.
For me.
And now we are shown with, what's his name? The guy. Ghost Roaster. Yeah, I knew that. Ghost Roaster.
Mm-hmm.
His ectoplasm mode does damage him. But it's also really good when the screen is just exploding with tons of attacks that will end your life, and you can just kind of sit him out. Like, I tried a thing the other day, well, it was a long time ago, but like, I went into the Trap Team Chaos fight, and there were, you know how that there's parts where it just is absurd how much stuff on screen is trying to kill you?
Yeah.
If you just go into ectoplasm mode, I don't know, there's just something oddly satisfying about it. And then his other two attacks are also pretty solid. His dash is a little hard to control, but still powerful, and he has a pretty solid main attack, so I think I'm gonna go A tier behind Bash.
I don't have Ghost Roasters, so of course in the don't own tier, but he looks really cool, and I do want him, and I can definitely see great use in that ectoplasm mode because I know so many people complain about it, but I feel like I could find a really good use out of that.
Yeah. Grunt. I mean, no, just normal Grunt, not the
Grunt.
Fun,
Yeah.
powerful, but nothing special in my personal opinion. So I think I'm gonna put him in between Drill Sergeant and Chop Chop. A tier.
Yeah, I think he's probably lower A tier. I do think his hose attack can be like really good. His harpoons, I wish they were faster. But yeah, he's good. He's really good, especially when you know how to play as him.
Yeah. Next up is Ignite or the Fire. Anyway, Igniter, we all know he's a pretty epic Skylander, I'd say. So I'm gonna put him in A tier. The question is where in A tier? I think I'll put him in between Grunt and Joseph. Anyway, you can talk about it.
Yeah, I really like. I've grown to like Igniter a lot more now, so that's why I'm gonna put him at the top of A tier. I don't think anyone else is gonna surpass him in A tier. He's not gonna go in S tier because I don't know. I don't know. There's just like something. You have to have a certain quality to be in S tier. But I don't know. Igniter,
Sorry.
I really like. He's gonna be at top of A
The
tier.
neighbors going nuts on their dirt bikes. If you
Oh,
heard
it's
that in
fine.
the recording. Anyway,
That's fine.
yeah. Also, I probably would put Igniter higher. I honestly haven't played as him that much, but what I have played as him and seen as him, he's really good. Next
His
up,
sword is just really powerful.
yes. Next up, Lightning Rod, S tier, above Dynarang. Second favorite SSA Skylander probably. I adore this man. If you hate him, then you're false.
I did not know you really liked Dynamite. I mean, did I say Lightning Rod?
Yeah,
okay.
Lightning Rod.
Lightning Rod, he's good. I am debating where to put him. I'm thinking high B tier or low A tier. I'm gonna put him probably above Chop Chop. Well, mainly because I guess I don't get as much enjoyment out of him as I probably should. I should play as him more, but I'd say he's high B tier.
Yeah. I don't know. I've had him for, like, he's one of my oldest Skylanders. I've had him for a long time. And, like, you gotta admit, the thing where he, like, makes, like, a giant, like, spirit version of himself that's super tall when he's, like, smiting the lightning, that is just sheer awesomeness.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It looks really cool.
I guess you could give points off for him being a Zeus ripoff, but regardless, he still has a really cool aesthetic.
I mean, I like that he's a Zeus ripoff. I don't, like, I like that design, so.
Yeah. Next being Prison Break.
Here we go.
Interesting. I mean, on one hand, he's pretty powerful, but he's also slow, and I haven't played as him terribly much in SSA. I played as him in the later games, so that might also affect my opinion a little bit. Still, regardless, really solid, and even though he was nerfed in the later games, still, like, really fun. So, I think I'm gonna go mid-A tier, in between Bash and Chop Chop.
I absolutely love Prison Break. I'm gonna put him in S tier. Not above Flameslinger, but he's definitely S tier. I used to hate him, but that was when I only had Swap Force, and he absolutely sucks in Swap Force. But in Spyro's Adventure, Giants, and Trap Team, he's just such a powerhouse, and I love using him.
But yeah, he's
very underrated.
He's definitely good. Slam Bam.
Yeah.
Slam Bam is... I'm debating whether to put him in high A tier or S tier. I think I'm gonna go high A tier. Oh wait, no, I accidentally grabbed Igniter from his location. I think I'm gonna go just high A tier. Slam Bam, he's got a really solid primary attack that also, I don't know why, it's just so satisfying when you land those punches on enemies. It's cool in that you can, like, freeze him and make ice sculptures. And then he's got a nice, solid dash move. Overall, amazing Skylander.
Yeah, for sure. I don't own him, so I'm gonna put in the lower, right, the don't own. So he looks very good though.
Yeah. And now for Sonic Boom. This is what's gonna be slightly controversial about my opinion. D tier. I don't not dislike Sonic Boom. She's fairly powerful, and she's cool. It's cool that she's a mom. Her biggest points come from the aesthetics category, being a griffin and all that. And you know, like Mother's Day or something happened. Mother's Day happened. That's factual.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just don't like the fact that if you can just spawn the babies and fly. After you spawn the babies, you just spam primary attack. That's all you do. I mean, I guess you can fly, but that doesn't really affect gameplay significantly. Doesn't really have much going on. That's just the main reason I dislike her. And I still enjoy her, because as you guys know, there's only one Skylander I truly dislike, Sabretooth. That's why she's going in D tier instead of F tier. Yeah, we were all very aware of that. That's why she's going in D tier instead of F tier. Throughout this entire series, no one is going in F tier except one Skylander.
Okay, so Sonic Boom for me, I think she's another strategic Skylander that you have to use. And I do enjoy her sometimes, and then other times I'll be like, kind of enjoy her, so I'll put her high B tier. Actually, no, mid B tier. I think I like Lightning Rod a bit better.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, Spyro. Kind of the same problem as Sonic Boom, except way better because of the charging as well as the main attacks. So I'm just going to put him high B tier. I think that's fair. Yeah, high B tier.
So Spyro is probably my most controversial opinion. I can't stand him. I'm gonna put him in F tier. I know. I really don't like Spyro. I think he's very overrated. I just think his moves are super basic, not that powerful, and even if you go for like the charging paths, like it can be quite a nuisance to aim for me, at least. I really don't like Spyro.
That's completely fair. Anyway, I think everybody knows where I'm placing the next Skylander. I'm just gonna add a row above S tier, and it's gonna be purple because I like the purple color. Oh wait, no, I changed S tier to purple. Never mind. This new category is going to be Stealth Elf is in a league of her own.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna add a row above.
I spelled it wrong. That's not good. But yeah, Stealth Elf just is like all these Skylanders, but infinitely better. Infinitely. Like, you just can't go wrong with Stealth Elf. You can't. Ever. No matter what situation. She's just the best ever, and that's all. Just the best ever, period. Anyway,
Well,
Stump Smash.
the best in Spyro's Adventure, but you know, whatever.
No, not the best ever. Anyway, Stump Smash.
Okay.
Stump Smash. We already kind of brought this up with Eruptor. I don't really like the things where you just spawn something and then push it. Kind of annoying, in all honesty. But his main attack is fun. He's got some good combos, and the one where he like kind of shoots it instead of it just being the big one that he rolls is still fairly good. So I think I'm gonna go high B tier.
I actually really liked Stump Smash, and I find some great use in the Mega Net, because there's that attack where you kind of make a shockwave when you like slam it or something, and I find a lot of use out of that. So I'll put him probably ahead of. Yeah, I'll probably put him there, and like between Boomer and Bash.
That sounds fair. Anyway, next up is Sunburn. Sunburn, I'd say he's a pretty good Skylander. His teleport thing, if there's a group of enemies, that can do some serious damage. His like Phoenix mode not only just looks awesome, he's good for transportation and also does some fairly good damage. And his main attack, nothing special but pretty solid. So I'm going high A.
So I'm gonna put Sunburn in S tier in between Prison Break and Drobot because I just think he's so overpowered when you take the flame path. A lot of people like his teleporting path. I personally go with the flame path because it just makes him a powerhouse. And I just have really enjoyed him a lot and grown to appreciate him so much, so he's definitely S tier for me.
And he deserved an Eon's Elite. I don't care what anyone be saying.
Yeah, why he should have gotten one. That would have been freaking powerful.
Yeah. Anyway, next up is Terrafin. I used to think he was like universally beloved, but recently I've come to know that some people dislike him. Personally, I think he's awesome, and he's like just an overall awesome Skylander. Same thing I said about Slam Bam, where it's like it's just satisfying when his punches land. And his going underground, that's good for, casually blocking all damage. And then his slam down after he comes out of the ground's good. His babies, they could be better, but they're still good, so I'm going high A tier as well with this guy. Actually...
Yeah, Terrafin is one that I also thought was just super loved. Alright, go on.
I think I'm gonna move... Flame Slinger just back just a little bit. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so Terrafin, yeah, I also thought he was like super loved, and apparently there's quite a few that don't like him. I'm gonna put I used to think he was like really, really good. Now I think he's good. Probably gonna put him in between Lightning Rod, and Sonic Boom in B tier.
Yeah, for me, he's the absolute highest point of A tier. Anyway, next up is Trigger Happy, which is definitely the best SSA starter pack character. He is, like, awesome.
I agree.
And while some Skylanders have the problem of you just spamming their main attack, not only does Trigger Happy also have good supporting attacks, well, although they're not as good as his main attack, his main attack still is much more fun to use than some other main attacks. Sonic Boom. Trigger Happy overall is just how you do a Skylander right, and he deserves all the fame that he's amassed over the years. So I'm going to put him in 8.
I used to not like Trigger Happy, but I don't know, I just absolutely love him right now. I'm actually going to put him in S tier, in between Sunburn and Drobot. And the reason is because I actually mainly use his second attack, and I go for the path that surrounds his second attack, because it's just so powerful and it annihilates so many things. Even in Trap Team, like, it's still really good. So yeah, I would say he's S tier. Now, he used to be like probably C tier for me, but yeah.
Also, another thing, his like little mounted turret is awesome. I mean, the drawback is that you can't move, but
can be
still,
really
it's
good.
awesome. Anyway, next up is Voodoo. I have not played with this guy too much, but from what I have played, he seems pretty darn good, but not too good. I think I'm gonna put him high P tier.
I really like Voodoo. I think he's really powerful and fun to use. I'm gonna put him high A tier, right behind Igniter.
That sounds fine. Anyway, Warnado. He is an interesting one. I don't even know if his tornado attack thing does damage, and while his over all of his attacks in general are just kind of hard to control, I still think that he has some good to him. And a lot of people think he's the worst SSA Skylander, but I think that right goes to Sonic Boom. So I'm gonna put him in C tier above Cinder. Not that great, but he still has some redeeming qualities.
I'm actually gonna change up my list a bit, so I'm gonna put Spyro in D tier behind Cinder, and I'm gonna put Warnado in F tier. I don't like him because I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know, I don't feel like putting Warnado in F tier with Spyro, and I'm like, I think yeah, he'll be in F tier and Spyro will be in D tier. But yeah, I don't like Warnado because I'm not a fan of how he plays. I don't like how he launches himself into enemies. I'm just not a huge fan of his whole gimmick, and yeah, I just don't like how he plays.
That sounds fair.
Put him in F tier.
Anyway, we are back to another amazing Skylander, Wham-Shell. I'm going to put this guy in the middle of A tier, ahead of Grunt, but behind Igniter. He's really strong. His Poseidon strike, I think that's what it's called. It's good. It's cool that he has a little bit of lightning attacks thrown in there with his water ones. He's got range, he's got powerful melee, and he can swim in the water in SSA like all water Skylanders, so that's a bonus. And also another good thing is that he differentiates from the color palette of all the water Skylanders, which is very nice. Overall, Wham-Shell is just how you do a good Skylander. I think he is superb, and yeah.
Wham-Shell I unfortunately don't have, but he looks really cool, and I believe that's the last one I don't have, so the rest of them I have.
Anyway, now on to Whirlwind. I really enjoy Whirlwind, but I also really enjoy these other guys. This is hence the problem with doing tier lists. It's hard to choose sometimes. I think I'm gonna put her in A tier. I still really enjoy her though. She's a very good Skylander.
Yeah. Whirlwind is another one that's just grown up my list, and I've been having so much trouble where to place her. but I think I'll put her in S tier behind Drobot. So, yeah, that's the first time I've actually ranked her as S tier. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Eruptor is how to do a lob attack wrong. She is how to do a lob attack right.
Right.
And plus,
yeah.
sometimes you can even just use her cloud attack as her main attack, because that is pretty powerful,
Yeah.
especially if you choose the path. And
Yeah,
I
I love
mean,
her
while she
cloud
does
so
have
much.
flying, her combos and stuff make up for it.
Her other attacks make up for that, for sure.
Anyway, next up is Wrecking Ball. I don't know why everybody hates on Wrecking Ball so much. I don't think he's amazing, but I don't think he's nearly as bad as people make him out to be. Hence why he is going high B tier. Also, I think about it a little, I think I'm going to move Voodoo back in B tier just a little.
Yeah, so I'm one of those who really doesn't like Wrecking Ball, so he's actually my least favorite from SSA. And yeah, again, I don't like how he plays. Like, some people like the way he plays. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think his primary attack does enough, although in Swap Force it's pretty good, but like, I don't know, even in Spyro's Adventure, not a fan of that. And sometimes I find his second, like, rolling move annoying to control, but that's why he's F tier for me.
That makes perfect sense, I'd say. Pretty fair, but personally I think he deserves a little better. But, you know, that's why I invited you here, because different opinions. Anyway,
For sure.
next up we have Zap. I'm gonna be completely honest, I have barely ever played as Zap. And I don't really like his sliding that much. I understand why people like him, but personally I think he's just decent. Hence why he is going in B tier.
Yeah, I haven't played as Zap too much either. I should probably play as him more because so many people love him. So I'd say I've also put him in B tier. Probably. I'll put him between Terrafin and Sonic Boom.
Anyway, next is Zook with a Z. Epic man. Honestly, just out of the park. Awesome character. But there's also a lot more of those in the SSA roster, so I think I'm going to put him low A tier. Still great.
Yeah,
though.
Zook. Yeah. Zook, I'm gonna put him in A tier too, probably in the higher end between Voodoo and Camo. I just love his mortar ability, and when you take the cactus path, it's just chef's kiss, you know?
Yeah. And last but not least, Hex. I can 100% understand why a lot of people dislike Hex. Some of her moves take a long time to charge. Some of her moves don't even do that much. But personally, I have a lot of history with Hex and enjoy her quite a bit. So I am going to place her in A tier right behind Zook because, I don't know. I just think that she is pretty good.
Yeah, I think Hex is very, very underrated. I really love her, like, bone summoning, especially if you take the bone crafter path. Don't go for her primary attack path, it's boring. Or, in my opinion. But yeah, I'd say I'd actually put her A tier right ahead of Zook. Because I realize that their movesets can be quite similar, now that I think about it. But yeah, I do really like her moveset.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, this video comes to a close. This is, this has been almost 35 minutes. If you stuck around this long, then I have to give you a very warm, I would say welcome, but that would be rude because
round of
you didn't thank me
applause.
for anything. Thank you, yes, thank you, viewer. You are absolutely awesome. Next week, we'll be back, and I'll be doing a Giants tier list with another SkyTuber. But Hypno Sniper, you deserve a very welcome round of applause too, because you were awesome, and it was interesting to see your opinions bounce off mine.
Yeah, it was really interesting because there's some that I didn't know that you weren't a fan of or were a huge fan of, and I thought that was super interesting.
Also, it's just interesting. You can't see mine right now, but the A tier for mine is just like overflowing. So
Oh, really? The A tier for mine is definitely the longest. It's not overflowing though.
I don't know. There's just a lot of Skylanders in SSA that are super good, but not that good.
And like amazing, like fantastic, like
Yeah, but they're still really good. Hence why the A tier
Yeah.
is so large. Anyway, tune in next week and remember to subscribe to Hypno Sniper. He is in the link in the description. He'll be in the end card. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
See ya.